welcome to the Comics Pals. I'm gonna have to do some editing now, but it's fine. It's fine. This is our Thursday show, Pals Polls, where we talk about the week's worth of comic books, and we review them. Did we review them? It's more of a discussion, really. Would you guys consider it reviewing?
No,
Discourse.
I would say it ends in a review.
Sure. I guess so. There was a suggestion involved. But I'm glad there was no audio from you guys when we first started, because
No, we need to figure that out. We need to figure out how to save that.
I'm sure we'll revisit it.
Y'all are a little bubbly today, a little zesty today. But we got something special this week. But speaking of special, if you guys follow us on Patreon, patreon.com/thecomicspals, you can watch the newest episode of Palin' Around. I just posted that one today. It was I titled it "For Your Health" as a reference to Steve Brule. Kale, is that you, a Steve Brule guy?
You titled it what? Sorry. Yeah, I know Steve Brule.
Okay, yeah. I titled the episode of Palin' Around "For Your Health."
Oh yeah. Very good.
I was hoping you'd get that, but yeah, we talked about health, mental, physical. Those are the two parts of the body, right? Mental, physical, rectal. Those are the three.
I'm pretty sure we spent the most time talking about rectal.
Probably.
I don't disagree that we probably did at one point. Sorry, we got a first time chat. I want to bring out Brody Marshall. If Disney bought Warner Brothers, when would it happen? I'm gonna say October 32nd.
And how long would it take to get approved?
I would say 16 minutes and 13 seconds.
See, that feels a little long, right? I feel like, somebody's gonna flip the switch, be like, now, tomorrow, and we'll have the deal done.
I imagine it's a big Frankenstein switch, like one of those big ones, like
we own you now,
Kerchunk, one of those things.
Oh, good sound effect.
Yeah, well, you know what had good sound effects?
What?
Good lettering, good sound effects, good onomatopoeias. Something that we didn't announce that we were going to talk about. So we were given the first 3 issues of Junkyard Joe. This is a new Jeff Johns, Gary Frank with Brad Anderson on colors, Image comic. In Jeff Johns' Mad Ghost imprint. So if you were familiar with Geiger,
Geiger.
It's Geiger because it's a Geiger meter, and because there's radioactiveness. Giger is H.R. Giger.
Geiger.
Oh, artist. No. Visual art. No, separate.
Yeah. So
separate.
Geiger. Junkyard Joe is a character that shows up in that, and this is the spin-off comic. So we were able to check out the first 3 issues. No spoilers for this. Because it's not out yet, and I don't think they're going to be coming out yet for a while. So no, and also I don't think we have the fully finished one either. So,
well, we have. I think we have a release date.
October 5th is
that's
when
right.
Junkyard Joe #1's coming out. Yeah,
forthcoming. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's one of those New York Comic Con week hits. So I wanted to so. Marco, can you explain the cool thing that Jeff Johns and Gary Frank and company are doing with this book?
Yeah. So there's a special version that is black and white of the first issue. So Junkyard Joe #1, special black and white Veterans Edition, because they're actually partnering with the National Coalition for Homeless Veterans in honor of John's grandfather, who was a veteran, and they're donating all of the proceeds from that specific black and white issue to the coalition. And then also separate from that, for every issue sold, Johns will personally donate $2 to the coalition. So get the books in, it's for a good cause, and really glad that we getting a chance to talk about it.
Yeah, so there's some of the money's going towards the VA and the NCHV. So it's actually supporting both veterans in the U.S. and the U.K. Because I believe Gary Frank is from the U.K., if I'm correct about that.
Nice.
I didn't know that.
Cal, as our resident UKian. Actually, no. Yeah. Well, technically, no.
Liverpudlian, right?
I'm a resident
what they're called?
alien.
Yeah,
Is it really
Liverpudlian,
called
right?
Liverpudlians?
Yeah,
Yep.
it's fucking weird.
I think it's pretty neat, actually.
English people.
It's like how they call chocolate chip cookies there. They call them like Choco Chippo Bicky Wikis. If I'm
Yeah,
correct on that.
absolutely nailed it.
Or like when you're a pal and they're trying to call you a
Chum?
chum. That's right, chum.
So we wanted to talk about this book. As I got to put on my no spoiler shoes because that is something that is a little tricky to do.
So it's going to be tough, I think.
A little bit. But I will say that when you see the names Jeff Johns and Gary Frank on a comic, that has some weight behind it.
Yep.
And I mean, those are the two guys that did friggin' Doomsday Clock a couple years back. Is that like 5 years at this point? Jeez. Where it was a mashing of time is nuts.
With the
Mashing of
delays,
the Watchmen universe and the DC universe. Like, I would say Gary Frank, one of the more definitive Superman artists in the modern era, in my opinion. So seeing these two guys on a new Image book, specifically with a Geiger, did I say that right this time?
Geiger.
That was big news for me. I was like, oh wow, these guys are actually doing an Image book. They are free from the tether that is DC Comics in a way.
Yeah, it was his first non-Big Two book as well, so it was a lot of press around it.
Yeah. I mean, this is the guy. This guy wrote a Crisis in Blackest Night. Shout out Blackest Night coming to the book club soon. It's big stuff. So when I read Geiger, I really enjoyed it. It was a weird book. I'll give some spoilers for that because that's the volume 1 is already out for that. It's a post-apocalyptic world where there's this. It's set in the Vegas area, and all of the essentially the different resorts and shops in Vegas are now their own like, I guess, gangs in this post-apocalyptic world, where like you have a gang that's like this almost like a rainforest cafe if that turned into a gang. They're all themed and stuff. It's wacky, it's wild, and Junkyard Joe shows up. I think in like issue 5 or something like that as like this weapon, and I'm like, yo, who is this guy? So seeing that Junkyard Joe is getting his own solo book, I'm excited. And after reading the first 3 issues, not what I expected, and I mean that in a good way.
Yep.
I expected Marco's childhood favorite book, Nam.
Oh, so good.
just or I expected maybe a Sergeant Rock, that kind of a thing here. But this is it's a lot more grounded in a way. Quite literally, it is about the people that war affects. But it's also about how it affects them outside of the war. It deals with like PTSD. It deals with the fact that they're forgotten about. In a way that a book about a robot soldier, I didn't expect that from this.
Yeah, I think the struggle that this book is gonna have is that it doesn't address that at first.
Yeah.
The first issue is the war. It's a war comic, and that Sergeant Rock comparison and like war comics was very apt. When I started the first issue, boy, I did not feel great about it. But it. Go ahead, please.
I was saying it's not clean. It does not portray it in a hurrah patriotic light at all.
Yep.
And that's the thing is it's not clean, it's not patriotic. It's very graphic, and it doesn't shy away from what that war was. And I think the struggle this book is going to have is getting people to that issue 2 to see that that's not what this book is.
I see. Okay, because there's a dissonance between that first issue and the following.
Yeah.
Okay.
And you don't get you don't really get the weight of the book, I think, until issue 2.
And issue 2 is where it hooked me. You know,
Yeah.
that's where it's like, oh man, this is not something I've read before.
Yeah.
And I've read plenty of Garth Ennis war comics. So this is much different than that, and I really enjoyed it, honestly.
I gotta say, yeah, by the time I got to, we got 3 issues. By the time I got to issue 3, I really enjoyed it. I won't say this was my pick of the week because it was a special one.
Yeah, can't do it.
But it's high up there. I really enjoyed this. This to me felt like Jeff Johns in a way that like Geiger and Doomsday Clock didn't hit for me.
It feels like a bit of JSA in that, where you have this cast. You're not necessarily dealing. I mean, yeah, you're dealing with the war in that book, like the villains and whatnot. But it becomes about the people, and I think for me that first issue hooked me because it was that war comic, and when I got thrown off by the subsequent issues of just what ends up happening, damn, it's so hard to.
It's hard, yeah.
Yeah. It just hits a different emotional beat, and I really appreciate it for that, because you get the visceral war, and you get this, as Tyler mentioned, this just graphic display, and then it doesn't become about that anymore. It becomes almost, I'm not gonna say wholesome, but
it's about the people and the war effects.
Yeah.
And then the reverberation that causes.
Mm-hmm.
And strangely, there's a real life comic book tie-in sort of thing to it that kind of grounds it. It's good stuff.
It's a Sunday funnies.
Yeah.
I enjoy it. I think everyone should pretty much check this book out. It's good looking too, man. Gary Frank don't miss.
Gary Frank is so good. There's I'll at least say this. I mean, obviously there's gonna be shooting, right? But when we get hit with that first, I don't know, like on page 9 or something, of just like this guy's face getting demolished.
It's in the previews, so I don't think that's a spoiler. Yeah, it's
amazing.
It's
amazing. I'm like, oh, we're in it, and this was the perfect representation, a visual representation of just where we're going, how graphic we're planning on getting. I think that was great.
And also, like, this isn't really a spoiler, but was the guy from MASH in this book?
Yes. Yeah, that was Alan Alda.
Alan Alda.
I was like,
so good.
It was.
Good bit. No, yeah, I check. I guess it would be a poll if we're going by our show, right? Poll?
Johns has been iffy for me lately, but I gotta say, and we had someone in the chat say keep it in the junkyard. I gotta say, pull it out of the junkyard. This is good. It's good.
Matt, this is Kale saying it's good. Like, he got turned around on this.
And Kale, at one point you would have considered yourself like a Jeff Johns mark, right?
Yeah.
So there's some weight behind what you're saying.
I think so.
Yeah.
I like, and this sort of era of Jeff Johns where, things are violent and things are, Geiger is full of intense, really graphic violence. And I think, if I recall correctly, Doomsday Clock has its moments as well. To me, that doesn't resonate with Jeff Johns as much. To me, Johns is, he's that sort of Silver Age bright comic that's not silly, but it's filled with heart. It's genuine, it's sincere. So this, this hyper violent era that he sort of seems to be playing in at the moment doesn't quite resonate with me, and I think that's part of why the first issue didn't quite hit me where I wanted it to. But I think that's where issue 2 and 3 really turn it around.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm excited to see where this goes. It's gonna be weird for us to review it on the show now that we've done this. I mean, Sean hasn't been on here, so we can definitely do something further about this.
And we can like dig into the story and like actually talk about it a little bit more in depth. I think the last thing I'll say is like the irony of it being a robot character is it's such a human book. Really appreciated it.
I put googly eyes on all my appliances that I can, just so I can feel like they have a personality and feelings and stuff. Like my printer behind me, I put googly eyes on him, and I call him the appliance formerly known as Prince.
Yeah.
Nice. Well done. Well done.
I had a Roomba previously. Lost that one in the split, but he had googly eyes. So I don't have plans to put googly eyes on though. So I like robots with potentially emotion or things get emotional with robots. So let's get into the actual week. How about that?
Yep.
I want to talk about the complete opposite. This is AXE Judgment Day number, what are we at, 4? 4. This is by Kieran Gillen, artist Valerio Schiti, sorry. Color is Marte Gracia, and Clayton Cowles on letters. We're going somewhere with this. I don't know what happened again.
I was more content by this one, like with this one. I think we got more action, we got more story progression, and this, I am worried that this is going to be another one of those fake outs that we've had the past like 3 issues where
it's gotta be.
I don't know though, but because the day has passed, right? Like, we've hit Judgment Day.
Full spoilers.
Yeah.
Judgment Day happens. A whole bunch of civilians get vaporized in front of Captain America, and the world is exploding. I can't imagine that just happened.
I think it did. Well,
that's New York. I mean, fair. New York in the Marvel Comics. You don't want to live there. I mean, you do. That's where the action is. That's where the juice is.
I wonder if, because there's mention of the X-Men needing to provide more technology and all this stuff, and so I wonder if them asking for more, if they will, coming out of this, be obligated to now share in that. Well, I guess it only applies to mutants, right? So never mind. You can't even do that. Oh damn!
What do you think they're gonna use, like the Unimind to then resurrect all the humans that died?
Well, because if the thing is that when a human dies, an Eternal is reborn, all these humans died.
It's the other way around, yeah.
Right. If an Eternal dies, it takes the life of a human. Can we not assume that there's some sort of way to revert that, where maybe you kill a plethora of the Eternals, and in that you get some sort of soul back, or you're able to do something with it? I don't know. I'm spitballing on that.
Kieran Gillen easily can figure something out that makes comic book sense,
Right.
I will say I did enjoy this issue for, there was a couple of 9-panel grids, or was it 6 panels?
6 panels.
6 panel grids, where Eros, Star Fox, who looks just like what's their face from Sandman, the antagonist,
Lucifer?
not Dream of the Endless.
Desire.
Yeah. Kind of has a Desire vibe.
I can see it.
Eros has now. Is going around the world trying to like find the common threads in humanity that can make them like past this. He doesn't want to use his powers just to be like, all right, everyone loves each other now, and he doesn't want to cheat essentially, which I think is a great character development for Star Fox, because I think that's a character where previously total hedonist would just do whatever he wanted. So there is some growth there, and there's some agency that is positive. And we get like really good little character bits here and there. There's one with like Miss Marvel gets tricked into like thinking Carol Danvers is telling her to leave the planet, and she's like, no, who are you? She passes. Yeah. But by far my favorite panel in this whole issue, and I have it here, was when Daredevil gets judged.
I was just about to say that. Yeah, I knew it.
Man. So it says, Matt Murdock dresses as a devil and tries to stop the streets from becoming hell. He is a man with a firm moral code, which he has violated time and time over. I appear with a crown of thorns and a downturned thumb. Beneath the mask, he weeps, says I know, yet carries on. That's Catholic guilt in a nutshell right there. I thought that was great. I really enjoy this issue for the quick little asides we've had with characters that have not really been in this book.
I'm still a little frustrated with the random characters because they are just regular people getting judged, and I get that we want to show what it is for a normal person to, not just the superheroes or our POV characters. But I kind of wish they would. I kind of wish he would do more with them, because I feel like that's going to ground us a bit more and make some of the stakes feel a little greater, because we're going to get a glimpse into these people's personal lives. Maybe I'm pulling from a Jeff Johns book here or there. But like, I want to see those people and those reactions and how they deal with it. And as much as I'm getting it from the villains, from the heroes here, I want to see what a normal person, what Jada has to think about it, what Kenta has to think about it. And we get these glimpses in panels, but I want a little bit more from that. That feels more human.
I don't think there's room. I don't think there's room for what they are giving us. I think
then they'll give it to us.
I think this moves so fast. I'm having a lot of trouble keeping up. Because I'm also not reading like the tie-ins or whatever.
There's none that really matter. Like, sure, I think the X-Men tie-ins are probably the most quote unquote important, but that's because of the X-Men stuff happening.
Yeah. Has there been an Eternals?
It's
tie-in?
the death of the mutants. That's the Eternals thing going on?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like it's moving at a breakneck pace, and I feel like I have no idea not that I have no idea what's going on, but that it's going so fast. It feels like it's glazing over things.
I kind of like how fast it's going, because in comparison to like Dark Crisis, or what is it? DC Comics presents Dark Crisis, Dark Infinite, Dark Crisis, whatever the fuck it is.
Dark Crisis on the Infinite Earths. Yeah.
That's it. Like, compared to that, dude, in the span of the same amount of issues almost, we've gotten so far in this event compared to that one. And I appreciate that. Like, reading these two concurrently at the moment, I like the fact that we're going so quickly, and we're trying things and we're doing things. And yeah, some of it gets hectic and chaotic, but I at least appreciate that we're moving along. We're trying to get through this to the end, and it's at least got me interested there. Whereas Dark Crisis, it's going so slow that it's trying to make me care, and I don't. It's taking a harder time to do that for me.
This has had twice the books Dark Crisis has.
But with tie-ins and everything, I feel like it nets out.
What tie-ins to Dark Crisis are there?
Just those side Earth books.
Yeah.
Which I don't think really deal with the story. It's more like
there are like four lines tying into this. So almost every X-Men book, Eternals, Avengers.
I feel like there's a
AXE has its own.
I feel like there's a middle ground here. I feel like I agree. Judgment Day is moving. It's moving super fast, even though this issue is just one day, but the plot is moving fast. And I think Dark Crisis is moving super slow. I think there is a sweet spot in between that we're just not getting in either book.
I don't know. I like this one. I'm turning around on this one.
I don't dislike it. I think it's a fine event. It's better than the Empire, which I lauded over, a year or two ago.
You like that one, right?
I liked it for the Skeety art. Honestly, I was a big Skeety fan, and I'm getting it here too, so I can't hate it. And the Guardians of the Galaxy stuff was good in Empire, but yeah, I think like my other issue is like by the end of this book, like we're at the same kind of cliffhanger we had last issue, like in a way.
Yeah.
It is a little repetitive.
maybe this one's real.
I don't know. I don't know what's real anymore.
Yeah. Yeah.
So maybe that's the objective, is to not let me know what's real too. So I don't know. I say if you're reading it, still read it. I think it's still pretty good. But I wouldn't say pull it if you haven't been reading it yet. So
this is not going to be an issue to jump in on. This is definitely I've been following the series. I've been reading the other books, the X-Men books and whatnot, and at the very least, that's been actually even that's been kind of hit or miss depending on the issue. So I don't know. I'd say pull it. I'd say pull it if you're reading it for sure.
You're yanking this one.
I'm yanking it.
Kale, you gonna yank it?
I think I'm passing.
All right. Well,
It's just this event's not doing anything for me.
you don't like seeing Captain America get ganged up by a whole bunch of New Yorkers and beaten up, like the opposite of
every
what they would have done to
Captain-
Spider-Man.
It's every Captain America book.
That's true. That's true. You guys want to talk about Midnight Suns #1? So this one is by writer Ethan Sachs with art by Luigi Zagaria and colorist Antonio Fabella with Joe Sabino on letters. This is an interesting book. I enjoyed it, but I think my enjoyment from this book comes from the fact that I am reading Strange Academy.
Okay. Yeah, I was gonna say
Yeah.
Are you guys reading that at all?
No.
no.
Oh, well, Cal, I think you might like it actually, Cal. That might be something to check out on Unlimited or
I've
something.
been recommended it several times, and I like me some magic.
Love magic.
Do you have
and
Marvel
magic.
Comics Unlimited, Cal?
Yeah, I do actually.
It's. Do you like Bacalo? Or
I do.
Is it Bacalo or is it Ramos?
No,
I get them
it's-
mixed up.
It's Ramos. It's Ramos.
Yeah.
Yeah. This to me felt, I don't know, it felt weirdly cookie cutter.
I
Little?
don't disagree.
I don't know how to
disagree.
describe. I don't know how to describe it other than that. But in that way of like, okay, we need a magic book that takes place at the Magic Academy, and Wolverine can be there, and that's what you get.
A little paint by numbers, but I think it was done at least in an engaging way. Because that does feel familiar. Like I can definitely see like, oh, okay, I can see everything being played out. I can see the thought process. I can see the team build. I get it. That definitely makes sense. To me, the one thing that wasn't working was the art. The dark moments, like these shadowy monsters. This feels like bad digital smudge art, and then the brighter colors that come in are really just dissonant. I wasn't vibing with the art too much. There are good moments, but there are moments where these digital inks just don't work for me.
It felt like it clashed
A little.
with like the tone of what you would think something like this would be.
Like a horror magic book, but it's just nice and bright and bubbly.
Yeah.
So I was just looking up something because the name Midnight Suns, like it is a Marvel staple, like a team, which we haven't really seen in a long time. This
No.
would have been like Blade, Morbius, stuff like that. But that was SONS. This is suns like solar suns. And it's funny because Marvel's Midnight Suns was a game that was supposed to be coming out at the beginning of October originally,
Oh.
which now has been delayed till December. So like it looks like the book wasn't delayed because all these characters, I believe, besides the zombie girl and Spirit Ghost Rider or whatever, are in the Midnight
Yeah.
Suns game. So
Iron Man and Spider-Man are also in the game.
yeah. But it's funny because I feel like this might have been like some corporate synergy gone bad in a way.
Yeah.
But that's not a knock on the book. I thought the book was fine. I liked how it was like essentially some of the teachers from the Strange Academy banding together to fight this unknown villain or whatever. I do think having Wolverine and this Ghost Rider just show up
Yeah.
a little contrived. But now that they're there, I'm like, all right, screw it, it's already done.
And
Let's see what can happen.
also Blade happens to be giving a lecture that day.
Yeah.
I don't mind that. I kind of thought that was goofy in my sense. Like, it made
But
sense.
also convenient.
Blade giving a lecture in the first place.
His wasn't a lecture. He just unleashed vampires onto them and said, "Hey, get those stakes out."
That was funny.
Dude probably didn't talk at all. Easy paycheck for Blade. Vampires get killed. He barely has to do the work, and he gets a strange check. But Blade is all about passive income.
You think Blade's a landlord?
Probably.
He's not Sean Gordon Murphy, I don't think.
You know who's not a landlord? Spirit Rider, though. That shit was cool, man. You came in.
Do you like Spirit Rider?
I never heard of this character, and I saw him like, I fuck with this guy. When I saw he was just standing there on like a cliff's edge, contemplating
it's a
or like
she.
meditating and shit. Oh, she?
Yeah.
Is it?
What the
Oh, damn! I didn't know that.
what the fuck is there to like? I'm not
What do you
saying I
mean?
don't like her, but what did you get out of it?
Oh, nothing. I like the design. I like the way that she like jumped in and just started kicking ass. That was good.
So yeah, it's a Apache woman who lived in the 1800s, created by Robbie Thompson and Javier Rodriguez in Doctor Strange and the Sorcerer Supremes. She had an Infinity comic for a bit. Really cool design, and it's neat to see her doing something else.
I dug
Even
it.
though her showing up here doesn't really make sense. But I think my biggest issue with this was like I thought the story was fine. I thought the writing was fine, but the art, the backgrounds were super plain.
Yeah.
Everyone kind of seemed, even that big splash page.
This freaking birthday card
Yeah,
splash cover.
yeah. It felt like
Empty.
paper dolls,
Yeah.
or like you're
Yep.
just given just these static backgrounds to put your toys on.
Yeah.
I wasn't really feeling that, which in my head it just screams out like, oh yeah, it's this was tie-in comic, which got me thinking about the game.
Which I is weird because this could have potential. Like I don't know this, zombie girl, but she she seems fun. Like that, that character seems interesting.
Yeah, a descendant of Marie Laveau from New Orleans.
Okay.
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm down.
But then Doom shows up at the end, and okay, I know what this is. All right, they're just trying to really push this second issue. All right.
Well, apparently in the second issue, because Marvel Comics spoiled it today, Agatha Harkness gets yassified and becomes a young version and looks like the MCU Agatha Harkness, which is happening. in issue
No,
2.
really.
There was a press release about it today.
Okay. Good
costume.
to see you, Marvel.
So why bother putting Doom in it? I'd go buy that.
To be
Catherine
fair,
Hahn, are you kidding me?
if you're writing Marvel Comics, I'm gonna figure out an excuse to put Doom in my book.
Yeah.
Apparently, they let him the booking rate is very low for Doom because he can show up in any book apparently.
And it works.
It's magic. Doom loves magic, so not the character. Maybe, I don't know. I don't want to make assumptions there. I love magic. But so for me, this is gonna be a. I hate to say it because this is a team that just screams Tyler to me. But it's a pass for me. I wasn't totally feeling it.
What has Ethan Sachs done?
Marco, you're familiar with this stuff, right? We did a couple of Star Wars Bounty Hunters. You did Old Man Hawkeye. The Old Man. Old Man Hawkeye was very good. He also did Old Man Guardians or whatever. The Guardians Old Man.
Peter Quill.
I believe.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I
don't know.
in the Wastelander area. Old Man Quill. Yep, that's what he did. Which were good. He also did Kiss Zombies. So that's
No, I
makes
don't
sense.
want to. Maybe I do.
in a book in 2020 called The COVID Chronicles. I do not want to read that. It's from AWA. I'm sure that was fun in 2020.
Hold on a second.
But
AWA though?
true stories from the front lines of COVID-19. Forward by Alyssa Milano.
No.
AWA though? I
You
don't
don't want
know.
that. Oh, Marco, you don't want that, my man.
I don't know.
I'm past
Maybe.
that. I'm past that. It's fine. Lee Lowridge on art. I'm past that. I'm good.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's
I think I'll pass this and go pick up Doctor Strange again with Clea.
Oh, it's so good. Strange right now.
Dude,
So
Strange
good.
Academy, dude. Strange Academy
Yeah.
is great.
You know, I'll pick that up too.
There's like a kid from every like sect of the Marvel universe of magic. There's like a kid from Limbo, which you get introduced to here. There's like a Frost Giant. There's like an Asgardian. It's good stuff. Real good stuff.
This feels like it has the making of something cool, but I don't think it's gonna hit.
I don't think it hit with us.
Yeah. Well, let's
Pass.
talk about Do a Powerbomb, number 4.
Ooh, book of the week.
Oh, really?
Oh, absolutely. What else would of these choices? Come on.
I might have a surprise coming up.
Yeah, did you even read the other book?
Do a Powerbomb number 4. So we're back in some tag team action. And where's it called? Necron? What's this place called? Necrozon? Necronomicon?
Necroton's the dude.
Necrozma? It's in a demon place. But we have this. We get introduced to this new tag team, which is essentially from like this Arthurian Knight's Tale sort of world, universe or whatever, and they have to kind of fight for their king, and they understand tag team wrestling. These two. So how do our two protagonists, who are, singles competitors, learn to become a team? And this is like the issue where like they form as a team properly. And at the end we get classic Daniel Warren Johnson heartstring pulling. But I'm enjoying this. Like it's one of these books where like I think Murder Falcon maybe was a little more plot focused in terms of a Daniel Warren Johnson book. Same for Extremity. Like when you have a tag team tournament, the layout of the book is going to be pretty straightforward. You're going to have match after match after match.
Yeah.
And it's a way for Danny Warren Johnson to draw some cool looking shit, I think one of the tag teams pulls off a big rig, which is like FTR's finisher in AEW.
Yeah.
But it looks really good. But if I only read the first half, I would have been like, it's fine. But again, the second half, we get introduced to one of the other tag teams being somebody else we know from the book. I don't want to spoil it fully. But there we go with Danny Warren Johnson putting some emotional weight into the book again.
Yeah, I forgot that this person
Existed.
So I don't think you have to worry about it that much.
Was it one of those things like you forgot the person existed, and it was like you see him, you're like, oh, that guy, or was it like who's that again?
A little bit of both.
Okay.
The transition between them in the locker room talking about how like we need to really step up our game, and then when they're reminiscing about Yuna, that was really good stuff. And you can see that's like where he started to fall in love with her as well, and that gets put through the book. And then there are just these like cutaways in these really small panels that he uses as just like emotional beats, like literally to just show you somebody's reaction to something. And there's one in particular where Cobra Sun tells Lana that he reminds her of her, and it's just the eye, it's just like a portion of his face, and you're just trying to get this like misty feeling. And excellent emotional beats. I love this book, dude.
I don't know how Daniel Warren Johnson draws these motion lines. Like,
yeah,
it is insane the amount of detail. Like, I don't know if you can see that there in my camera, but like that is all like fuzzy, kind of scratchy motion lines. Like this guy doesn't draw straight lines like on purpose, and it's like, wow, how long does that take you to do? It's wild.
Even the lettering, and I think he draws the lettering in. Like it's only some of the stuff that gets placed on top, but otherwise, I think he draws the lettering in. So like he does it one on the ground, all the texture with the people, and then on top of that to emphasize the earth-shattering nature of exactly that. Right, the stomp, the word stomp itself is in the same style. Phenomenal, phenomenal, just synergy.
The cliffhanger is very interesting to me. Essentially, I guess I could spoil it. Next issue is going to be a hardcore match.
I was gonna say,
gonna get that guy in his backyard backflipping onto mattresses made of nails.
Yeah, dude has a backsling of just light tubes. I'm like, yeah, let's go. He's got a chair with barbed wire on it.
Yeah,
I'm ready. I want it ready to see some backyard carny shit. Pizza cutter. Bring out the pizza cutter. I want to see someone get. There's one guy, Nick Gage, who takes his opponent's mouth, opens it up, and uses the pizza cutter and like his cheek areas.
what?
Yeah.
That's crazy. Gives him a Joker smile.
wasn't there one not that long ago that somebody lost their eye or something?
There was an eye for an eye match that was fake. It was Rey Mysterio where he gets his head smashed into like the steel steps, and he had like a gimmicked fake eyeball that he had to like drop and like sort of
That's
come
right.
out, and it
Yeah,
looked so fake. It was like pure like schlock horror, and it was ridiculous. And he wore like his luchador mask like had like an eye patch on it for like 2 months later, and then he was fine again. Like he's gone for a week and comes back. They don't talk about it. That's why I love wrestling. Just dumb shit like that. During COVID, they had to come up with weird matches to get people to watch. So that's what they did.
It works, I guess.
Yeah, I'm excited for this. Whatever Extreme Rules hardcore match they do next issue.
Do we know how long this is?
I want to say 6 issues. I really don't know.
That sounds right. 6 issues sounds right.
Let's see. I'm gonna check the solicits. So we got issue 5 next week. Yeah, 6 issues.
4. 6. Yep. Wow.
Man, such a shame. He needs to do more.
Wow.
I'm cool with him just doing like these minis, like it's literally whatever he wants.
Yeah, literally anything he wants. He wants to put out a book about whatever. Sure, okay.
Yeah, he did that Wonder Woman Dead Earth book too, about 2 years ago. Very good. This is a pull for me. Wasn't my pick of the week, but it's a pull.
Yeah, pull.
So strangely, my pick of the week, and I wasn't expecting this, was a listener request. And let me see if I can bring up who it was. I totally forgot who recommended it.
Was it not?
It
was Sultan or Nihilus?
No, it wasn't Nihilus. Nihilus wanted us to read Bloodshot Unleashed.
H Link 15 in the Discord.
Oh,
people change their Discord names all the time. I can't keep track of who's who. But they recommended Batman vs. Robin #1, which I totally forgot was a book coming out. And this is written by Mark Waid, colors by Jordi Belair, and interior art and cover art by Mahmoud Asrar, with Steve Wands on letters. I'm a big Mahmoud Asrar fan.
I gotta tell you, Mark Waid being back at DC's really doing it for me.
Yeah,
it's working for Mark Waid too. I think like he just works here.
He is in his element.
And I think so this issue it's kind of I guess it's spinning out of the what was the
Batman Superman, it's the world's finest.
So yeah, it spins out of that a bit, but it also spins out of the recent it was like a Deathstroke war or whatever. It was like it was a tie-in between Deathstroke, Batman, and Robin.
Yeah.
Where they're the Shadow War. That's the thing. That's what it was called. So it's kind of a spin out of that. It just looks good. Somehow, some way, Alfred's back. We don't have answers on that. Mm-hmm.
Somehow, Alfred has returned.
I know. I wondered when this was going to happen.
Well, when they bring
genuinely, back... I genuinely don't know if it's going to stick.
It's been teased in the Robin book by Williamson since the start of it, which is a fantastic book, by the way.
Yeah. I've got the first volume of it. I really enjoyed what we read.
The Kale, how do you feel about the two weird cameos we get in this?
What are they?
It's
Timothy
Tim
Hunt.
Hunter.
Tim Hunt?
Oh.
The Hunter.
Jakeem.
Yeah, Jakeem's in
Oh,
this.
love the lightning
We
bolt,
were
man.
just talking about him like 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, I know. Leave it to Mark Waid, man. The only other person I would expect something like that from would be like Kurt Busiek.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Kurt Busiek likes to get cute with
Freaking
that
love
shit.
the
Yeah.
freaking love the lightning bolt. Oh,
So Robin is fighting Batman for reasons we don't quite know, but it looks like he might be under control of Ezra Miller. What's this guy's name?
Oops.
Nezra Miller. You're right.
Ezra Miller.
Nezcon.
Sure.
Anyway,
Sure. We're
the-
not
the
doing good
Trigon-
names today. Yeah.
The
I thought it was
Trigon.
Trigon. As
knockoff.
soon as I turned that page, I was like, "Is that Trigon?" No. Okay.
Yeah.
Don't talk
Neza.
about DC Magic and then do a page turn to a giant red guy and not make me think it's Trigon.
Right?
How's it not Trigon?
'Cause he's bigger.
And then it's like I think it's like his great grandma next to him, like Damien's great grandma. Next to
Oh, really?
him. Yeah. She's been in the Robin book.
Mother Soul.
Yeah. So Devil Nezha. There we go. Man, it's mystical DC is one of my favorite areas.
Yep.
And you
Yep.
put Mark Waid and Malcolm Sarrar in a book, and like I'm in. I had a lot of fun with this.
I've always thought Damien has an interesting in to the mystical side of DC,
100%.
and especially in Gotham City. That
One that
we
Batman
don't
doesn't really have.
and that we don't ever get to see anymore. Because those characters basically don't exist anymore.
Like a gentleman ghost. Where's that?
Yeah.
guy? Yeah.
Or fucking Ragman. Like,
Oh, Ragman's so good.
yeah.
But the mystical side of the DC universe is something I've been keeping, tabs on. I've been reading since the New 52, like since JL Dark, and like I had no idea there would be like this would be a mystical book. Like I'm reading it because A, I'm reading Batman, and B, I'm reading Robin. So naturally, I would read the Batman versus Robin, and it's by Mark Waid. Makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Then it's like, oh, Zatanna, Constantine, Swamp Thing, they're all in here too. And I'm like, what? Okay, this is what I'm into. I'm ready.
Mm-hmm.
And I love Batman dealing with magic because it's unpredictable and it leads him to be off his game, which is always fun.
He's so out of his element that it puts him in that awkward position where he has to guess himself. He has to like ask for help. He's forced to ask for help, and that's interesting. Timothy Hunter, dude, I love Timothy Hunter. Books of Magic.
Constantine.
Books of Magic.
I don't know.
It's
It's
like
the thing that J.K. Rowling
Vertigo.
bit off of.
It's a Vertigo title that spun out, I think, partially out of. He had appearances in Swamp Thing and I think Constantine.
He's been
I
around.
remember us.
Yeah,
he's,
Justice League Dark
he's
as
around.
well. Yeah. Essentially, it's the world's strongest sorcerer, but he's not there yet.
Yeah.
He's essentially Harry
projected to
Potter
be.
before Harry Potter was a thing. Where there have been allusions that J.K. Rowling might have legitimately. It's a Neil Gaiman book too, right?
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. Cool to see him showing up.
No, I
here.
don't.
He's got a screwdriver. Yeah.
Yeah.
That was cool. Yeah. Well, he uses whatever he can get for his powers.
So for me, I think this is an easy pull for me. I thought this was a lot of fun.
Yeah, Mark Waid, Mahmoud Asrar. Pick of the week, baby.
And Asrar, not a DC guy. This has traditionally been a
No.
Marvel guy.
I like his Bruce Wayne.
Mm-hmm.
He felt very loose compared to Batman.
But it also fits Mark Waid's writing of Bruce and Batman because his Bruce and Batman is not. It's a little. There's like a tinge of Adam West in there, like a little dash of it.
Well, it's the difference of like the Kevin Conroy Bruce Wayne and
Yep.
Batman. Like, when he's in where in the beginning, following Bruce Wayne, like you can hear sort of the Kevin Conroy loose Bruce Wayne, and then when you see Batman for
Loose
the
Bruce.
first time, and he says, "It's still my house." Like you hear that growl and that, that period.
Yeah. Man, I love when Mark Waid's on his game.
This was cool. This was good. Yeah, this was good. I'll pull it.
Yeah, easy pull for me.
Yep. It's a basic bitch
even-
pick, but listen, I'm a basic
It
bitch.
really is. Oh, another Batman and Robin book? Well, no, this is Batman versus Robin. Oh, there's a little
Yeah.
difference here. Yeah, definitely check it out. But those are the books we're reading this week. But I was tasked with checking out something called Locke Key.
Locke, no.
Locke and Key. This is by
Locke
Joe Hill
Key.
and Gabriel Rodriguez. So Marco, we had a lot to read this week, so I only got through like one issue of it.
That's fine.
And I remember, like, I literally had flashbacks because the amount of times I've read this issue 1 is I don't know how many.
Did you see the show?
I haven't. No, I haven't.
Okay, it's not great.
I
It's
heard
fine.
A little
I
mid.
didn't
a
like
little
the
mid.
show at all.
Because Kale, you've read this, right?
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. In comparison, it's not it.
It's good. Like I can't deny that like Joe Hill is a good writer. I've liked some of his other stuff that he's written recently with like the DC horror stuff he's been doing on the side. And Gabriel Rodriguez, some great cartooning in this. The face work I think is what really got me through this issue. It's violent at points.
Hyper.
And it's like dealing with kids at the same time, which is a little weird. But it's enough where I'm like, yeah, I'll do it. I'll read it. I think I want it physically though. I remember working in a bookstore and they had some nice hardcovers from what I remember. So
I read
Yeah,
it
the hardcovers for this are nice.
originally in physical. A coworker had it, and he would lend it to me, and I blew through it. This is one of my like up there all time favorite series.
Okay. I totally forgot that I'm tasked now to give one of y'all something to read. And I don't know what.
Tyler didn't come prepared. He didn't do the homework.
I didn't.
No,
I
he
didn't
did the
'cause I was
homework.
Oh, he did
doing
the homework.
everything else. I was doing all the slides. I don't know whether to give you or Kale this. You know what? I'm gonna toss it right back to you, Marco.
Ooh.
I want you to read issue 1 of Echo Lands.
But I gotta get that in physical.
True, it is the thing you need to read physically.
That definitely I will. I absolutely need to read that in physical. I don't give a shit. I will break my sacred rule for that. I need that
Go
in
do
physical.
it. Go do it then, bitch.
Are you willing to do that in a week, or should I just give you something else? Because I feel like you'll do that no matter what, like whether or not you're tagged in that. Because I can
think.
come up with a backup.
You know what? I'm gonna be in the city tomorrow. My office is in South Street Seaport. It's by the
Midtown, right
the
there.
Midtown Comics there. Yeah, Midtown Comics right
What's
there. Okay.
what's the address?
88 Pine Street.
Oh,
No,
tremendous.
okay. Why are you just doxing yourself like that?
Nobody's gonna know what floor I'm on. There's like a billion floors.
Just
What
Google
floor
it.
is it?
66, 666.
13th.
Yeah.
All right, yeah. So check out Echo Lands. If you can find either like the trade. I don't know if you want to invest in the whole trade if you go to Midtown, or if you want to just like find the
Might as
issue,
well.
issue 1. It's J.H. Williams. Like even if you don't read it, it just looks good on the shelf.
Yeah.
Except
yeah.
it doesn't really look good on the shelf because it's
sideways.
yeah, it's a little my OCD is a little. on it.
Does it read like still left to right and you just like flip the page up and down like that?
No, I can open it right now. It's literally just long. And
Oh, I
sometimes
see.
that will be one continuous thing.
I see. Okay. That's cool.
Think that issue Nightwing. Did you read that issue where it was like everything
Yeah.
was
Okay.
similar
Okay.
to that, more similar to that.
Cool.
But I think you'd like it.
All right, I'm down.
It's weird. It is weird.
It's J.H. Williams, dude.
Yeah, and it's W. Hayden Blackman as well. Dave Stewart though on colors.
Okay. Good stuff.
But let's talk about our polls for next week. So I'm pulling New Mutants number 30. Strangely, what they're going to be using as a celebratory anniversary issue. So it's celebrating 40 years of New Mutants and Deadpool. I didn't care for that bit on the cover. So this is continuing Vita Ayala's run on this book, which I think they're doing a really good job. It's super fun. There's this weird story we have in Limbo right now going on. But the New Mutants are like one of my favorite teams ever in comics. So
You're telling me they gave New Mutants its own celebratory anniversary issue, but Luke Cage only got a variant?
Well, to be fair, New Mutants has already had an ongoing, so it's just...
You're telling me they gave New Mutants an ongoing.
Yeah. But it's fun. And I also want to check out Vanish #1. So this is Donnie Cates and Ryan Stegman.
Oh, that's right.
Doing their new KLC press book. This is getting me like real early Image vibes. I'm getting like what is it? Witchbreed? Is that one of them, or is that like a new metal band?
Oh, Witchblade.
Witchblade.
Witchblade. Yeah, I'm getting that kind of vibes. I'm getting like
The darkness.
Yeah, real darkness vibes from this. And Cates and Stegman did some good shit on Venom, so I'm curious to see what could happen here. And I have like Cates' his crossover, his other Image Comics book. So
Did you finish that?
I think I'm finished with it. I don't know, dude. My backlog is still heavy. I'm like a month and a half behind, maybe 2.
Yeah, same.
So I'm getting through it. That one time we did a random issue of Amazing Spider-Man pissed me off because I was like 2 issues behind. I didn't realize until I already read the issue. I'm like, shit, I know what happened now. But yeah, I'm trying to chug my way through it. I just started playing Destiny again though, so who the fuck knows?
Well,
Kale and Marco, you want to check out Look Back?
Oh, I'm not checking it out. I'm getting this sucker.
This was one of your best stuff last year.
Yeah, I read this. Yeah. Long ago. So this is the creator of Chainsaw Man. Took maybe a 2-year break from Chainsaw Man to write several one-shots. This is the first, and it's about a comic creator,
mangaka.
And okay,
you fucking weird.
And geez, it's been so long since I read it. I don't even remember what it's about. Anyway, it's damn good. And it was only published on Shonen, but now it's in physical form, translated and everything. So that's an instant buy.
How long is it? Like compared to Goodbye Area? Is it like similar to
pages?
That?
I think it's similar.
Yeah.
Okay.
Maybe a bit longer, maybe, but not by much.
And I imagine the format's different too, because Goodbye Area was, if it's 4 panels, it's pretty quick.
Yeah.
I'm excited. I'm very excited.
Marco, you're in for a scare with this one, huh? This is Stuff of Nightmares #1 by R.L. Stein.
Oh,
boom book. This is him supposedly like leaning into not necessarily I don't think it's like kids stuff. It's like meant to be direct horror focus and
so, good stuff.
This feels like it's the Goosebumps for people who read Goosebumps when they were kids.
Hey, you know what? Right here, you got me.
Yeah. You have a favorite? I've asked you this before when we talked about the announcement of this, but
yeah, that's right.
Yeah, never mind. We already said that.
Something's under the sink.
Yeah.
I'm
really
really excited.
Kaplan, I will say as well.
Which I don't know that I've seen. So, but judging by this cover, if it is the same person, I like it a lot.
This is a Francavilla cover.
Francavilla. Yeah.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Sorry.
You know what? Francavilla knocks it out of the park. But still, actually, I'm looking through the interiors here. I'm digging it. Gives me vertigo vibes.
I might go out to a store just to get the cover by the guy who did the covers for Goosebumps. He does one of the variants for this.
Oh,
That's right. That's right.
Yeah.
That's gonna sell out fast.
I think it was Tim Jacobus. Yeah. Oh, it looks good too, man. Ugh.
Yeah.
You better get that from your shop, Marco, so you can get that cover.
Oh, that's a good call. You're right. Oh, damn. Look at that shit. Yeah, Tim Jacobus. Oh, so good. Yeah, I'm really excited for this. This is horror. I'm a big horror guy. The fact that it's R.L. Stine, the fact that he's doing this, I'm into it.
And Kale, you wanted to check out 2000 AD, Best of 2000 AD Volume 1.
Yeah, so this
juicy McKelvey cover.
Yes. So this is literally what it says on the tin. It's the way to get into 2000 AD. It's got a Judge Dredd adventure. It's got little bits of like 2000 AD history. Some strontium dogs in there. It's this is a huge deal for 2000 AD because they are notoriously impenetrable. But I think their acquisition by Rebellion a few years ago has really sort of opened their audience up a bit.
I read a Judge Dredd book for like the first time, a couple years back. It was Rob Williams' Small House.
That's right. Yeah, I think Matt recommended that to me, and I never got around to it. But I like Judge Dredd, man. I think he's cool as hell. The film with Carl Urban.
I've never seen it, man. I've never seen it.
Oh, dude, you gotta get on that. We should do.
I've
we should
seen
do
the
that
Rob
as
Schneider one.
I've also seen that one only recently. We should do that as a pals movie watch or whatever.
Man, Carl Urban.
Because it's
just like
good.
like a nerd icon, isn't he?
Yeah, rightfully so though. Like he does it right.
Nice.
It's just The Raid, isn't it?
I don't know what that is.
Oh, it's a movie where it's just like one building and you got to get to the top.
Yeah,
And
it's
just fighting,
Quarantine.
Yeah. It's Punisher Warzone. Yeah.
Well, see, you're missing me with that one
it's
too.
not.
It's Quarantine 2, but not horror.
I've never seen that one. You kind of missed me with that one, actually. Yeah.
Anyway, I've been looking forward to this for a while. So I'm real excited about it.
Cool. I don't know which one's pulling because he's
Who cares?
He's not on the show. He doesn't get a
on the
pull.
show. Doesn't matter.
Yeah.
But that's the show. The show's done once the sun goes down in my room. You can see the passage of time during my stream.
Yeah, same.
Yeah.
Sun was up.
But look at that timing, Marco. Just in time to go see your mother. Say hi to your mother for me.
I will.
Say
Thank
hi
you
to
very
your
much.
mother for me.
Kale, she always asks. She's always like, "Oh, how are your friends doing? How's the loud one? How's who was the one from Arkansas or whatever?"
Oh my god.
Yeah. She always asks about you guys.
This is
so
mid-drink
nice.
when she's not on the dance floor.
No, this is because she thinks back to like how much Kale enjoyed what was it, lasagna or something? What did she
Fucking
make?
spaghetti. That's all she made was spaghetti.
Yeah, and she was just
But
like, yeah,
The thing was like she kept the plate in the oven,
yeah.
Oh
that's
yeah,
right.
you told us.
and
Yeah,
like
yeah.
we were late for dinner. She kept the plate in the oven, and it was the only time anyone has ever done that for me.
And also there were spices in it, probably, right?
Probably.
Yeah, the homemade tomato sauce.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Your mom.
I mean,
your mom,
listen.
your
At
mom
that
be
point,
cooking.
at that point, I hadn't been living in England, so I knew what flavor was.
Sure. Okay.
He was in New York, so
Yeah.
But yeah, that's the show. Catch us on Saturday where we're gonna be talking about shit. I gotta figure that out.
oh, we have a game.
You
I have a game.
Marco has a game. I get to play a game this week.
Was it buy or sell? That's
Do I need to do anything in terms of prep for it?
I'll send you it.
Okay. Well, will I know the answers then?
Then I won't send you it.
Yeah. Play if I know the answers. I can act. Sure. I can do a bit.
Well, actually, also, no, it's because it's a conversation piece, so I'll send it to you.
Oh, well, I'll make a
Yeah.
graphic for it at least.
Okay,
It's,
yeah, all right.
it's buy or sell. It's not really
That's right, yeah.
an answers.
It's been a while since you've done it. I don't think you've done it since I've been on the show.
I don't think so, no.
I remember
I think-
listening to it.
I think it's been about 200 episodes since we've done it.
It's been a while.
It's been a while. Okay, well,
It's
catch us
been-
on Saturday. That'll be at 10:15 a.m. Eastern time. Where we'll see you then. Until Cal, what else? Up here. Let me. Where's my finger going? Up there. Follow us, the Comics Pals, on Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, on Twitch if you're not watching us live, and if you want to listen to Palin Around and read/watch our newsletters, Patreon.com/the Comics Pals.
Oh, yeah, I did a new newsletter on Smash Brothers. We'll talk more about it on the show.
Yeah, if you want to watch Marco Smash, just pay for it.
That's right.
And
That's
I'm not
right.
talking about the Patreon or what we were just talking about. It's a separate thing.
That's OnlyFans.
Yeah.
Hey, wait,
Cat-
can't say that on Twitch.
Catherine, you better show up no matter what your husband's doing on your anniversary.
Hashtag only pals.
All right, guys. We'll see you. We'll see you next Saturday and then next Thursday. So see you.
See you next week.
See you guys.